first time I tried live arena, it did not go my way. I think I lost virtually every battle that I attempted. Yes, even against the bots. So for today, we are heading back into live arena. Since I've got some new champs, I've gotten a little bit stronger. We're gonna see how it goes. Hey you guys, it's Cece. Welcome back to my channel. Now, the last time I tried live arena, I probably had half of the champions that I actually do now, but I've been wanting to get back into it and actually try to do daily battles with this. But I also thought this would be a nice way for me to actually play around and test some of my champs. I do think I am significantly stronger than I was before, and the amount of losses I had, I did learn a little something. I do still think that I need to learn more of the champions so I can better understand who I actually want to ban when I'm going up against them. But I am in the I am in the trenches. I am in the lowest of the lowest leagues, so I'm probably not quite at that point where I really need to worry about it yet. So going into live arena this time, I kind of had an idea of which champs I would want to bring along with me. So the first thing that I'm thinking is that I want to bring Foulbeard along as much as I can into there, and part of the reason for that is because he is kind of my bait. My goal is like, I'm gonna pick him and put him, and people will probably, and again, this is the league that I'm thinking of where I'm in, they're probably gonna ban him because they're gonna see him, they're like, oh, he's got a 4-star perfect soul on him. Oh, I don't want to deal with him. Ban him, get him out of the way. I see he has some type of a speed aura, which he does. He has a 19%, which is nice to bring along. Not the fastest, but it's there in case I need it. Right? But I'm gonna let you guys in on a little secret. He's not booked. He's not booked. So like, even if they do let him through, it'd be decent. Don't get me wrong. I don't need to book him in order to be able to use him. He's got a good kit. But my main reason for bringing Foulbeard is that he is going to be my bait. Next up, I am planning on trying to use Thor as much as I kind of can. Get a lot of damage out of him. Also, potentially, people may see him, maybe be intimidating, be like, let's get him out of the way. Now, I do really like Thor paired with one of my next favorites, which is actually Queen of Hearts. Because if I can go in with this skill 3 here, potentially, having other people coming in and doing damage, which again, like I said, Thor, quite a bit of damage that he has in there, has a chance of repeating. The hit decreases the target's turn meter. So this is kind of my thought process with this. I want to bring in aura that's a speed lead, bring in some Thor, bring in Queen of Hearts, and then I will probably want to bring in someone else. And I've actually been trying to bring World, like he's the one that I think I'm going to want to use a little bit, and partially because I like the strengthen, but I like the freezing that he can potentially do. I'm going kind of for a crowd control thing. I mean, I don't know. I'm really just trying to make this champion work, so he's one I'll bring along. Now, if I don't bring him along, I could go in for another support like Uugo, but Queen of Hearts is kind of doing what I'm thinking she'll be able to do, but wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing to bring a champ like that along. Now, I could also go for another attacker. I could bring Allison. I think she's good because she can be used PvE or PvP as well, but really, I do have tons and tons of options I could use in here. Tomb Lord, probably not going to bring Tomb Lord. Now, my backup speed lead I'm thinking is going to be Sun Wukong. Great PvP champ. I really do want him for his aura. Get that speed lead in arena battles. That would be nice. But Wukong's also just good. We have an AoE here. The blocking of the buffs is what I'm thinking I can use. We have decreasing a target's defense as well, some surplus damage, potentially a sheep if I need to. It's got that little self-revive in there as well. So all of these things I think is why I want to bring in Sun Wukong. Might play around and throw some other champs in here. But my main goal with this is let's try to get Foulbeard banned. Get him out of there. You guys don't want to deal with him. And then do a little sneaky with Queen of Hearts, Thor, and then like I said, maybe I'll bring in some other champs in here potentially. We'll kind of see what happens, but this is my game plan going into it this time. Now, going into these battles, I had the exact same strategy for all of them, and it actually seemed to work. In retrospect, I'd probably change a few things though. So going into battle, the first thing that I always did was actually pick Foulbeard as the champ that I wanted, and then I shortly followed that up with Queen of Hearts and Thor, and then I did decide to bring Worlem and MONKEYKING. So again, I kind of had all my reasons for that, but I think Worlem is probably the one that I would take out. He didn't really have a role there, and I very easily could have swapped him out after that first battle. But at this point, I was kind of just committed to that team, and I was like, you know what, it works. I also looked against my opponents and who I had, and I had a good feeling going into it. I almost felt a little bad because I was like, oh, these champs, like, completely gonna wipe them out. But you never know, there could be a sneaky one where they somehow are incredibly strong and actually take things over. So with the first battle, the one that I wanted to ban was Ninja. I felt like he was actually the biggest threat on this team, potentially, with what he can actually do. And it kind of worked in my favor. But the best part of going through all of these battles is the fact that they fell for my bait and actually went ahead and banned Foulbeard. So they weren't paying attention to my other lethal combo, which was actually Queen of Hearts with Thor. So With Queen of Hearts, she was able to go off with her skill 3, and I always selected a champ that she would actually be able to kill, which worked perfectly. And honestly, it really just wiped them out. Like, the battles were over very, very quickly looking at them. At some point, I did have Sun Wukong actually having to get in there and kind of clean up with his skill, which is fine. That's why he's there. And I did actually get to use Whirlim at some point as well. But looking at the champs' kind of synergy and how they work together, I can definitely see where I'm going to improve. And I think that's part of the fun of Live Arena now, is figuring out like what champs, what team can I use better. Like, it'd be even better if I had a faster champ who'd go first, do a defense break on everyone, and then I'll have Queen of Hearts go in and do her thing with Thor, and then hopefully they'd still be defense broken, so we can kind of go from there. So I do think Whirlim, essentially little, I don't want to say useless here, but yeah, kind of useless. Even Monkey King. But I think, to be fair, I didn't get to fully test out their potential just because these battles were over so quickly. So they worked for what they needed to. But I think this may kind of be part of my core team moving forward in Live Arena and seeing what else I can do with them. So I did manage to win all 5 of my battles, and I was able to actually collect something. So I got a full energy. I got an XP boost, which is good because I don't have any in my inbox right now. And then get myself some multi-battles, more energy, as well as a bronze chest, which, let's see what it actually gave me. I'm not going to use that, but could happen. But I mean, to be fair, you guys, again, it's a bronze chest. Like, if I show you my tier, when I said I'm lowest of the low, I was not kidding you guys. I am starting at 0. But the question is, how is it going to go as I move up? Because I am planning on documenting all of my battles for you guys. So I will bring you along and kind of show you what's going on and kind of let you see what I'm doing with Arena, how I'm progressing, my triumphs, but also my fails, because surely that will happen as well. But I was just excited that I won all these battles. Although, let's be honest, like, looking at some of these last ones, like the last victory was so quick. And even the one before that, it was really the first one that I was like, ooh. And then going up against even the third one, I saw the level 60s, but then the 50, it was like, but yeah, for my first time hopping back into Live Arena, honestly, it was a good step back into it. It didn't go nearly as poorly as it did the first time. And honestly, it was kind of a little satisfying to see all that damage come out and them kind of wiping, which I think it's just fun for yourself when you build champions and you really get to see some damage output, which is exactly what I was able to do today with this combo of champs. From stepping back into Live Arena today, I am kind of learning which champions I love in there and which ones were a little more useless. So I'm actually excited to play around with this, figure out what champs I want to use instead, who will do better. And I think the next step is going to be maybe doing a little bit of speed tuning. I definitely need to get some faster gear if I really want to set these champs up for success. As I said, getting an AoE defense break first, and then really being able to go at them with damage, and ideally being as fast as I can. But if you're not going to take that first spot with speed, then we want to be built a bit for at least survivability so we can take the second turn. I'm not quite there yet. As I said, I'm still very early with my bronze, but I will be documenting this journey, letting you guys know how my Live Arena battles go, whether it is my wins, but also my losses, because even though today was a win, I know how quickly that can turn around and actually go the other way. So we'll see how things go, but be sure you guys subscribe so you're able to follow my Live Arena journey. And I want you guys to also comment down below and let me know what rank are you right now in Live Arena. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!